In today's broadcast, we shall be bringing you several issues. One among them is the status or condition of the road leading to Malegohun Chiefdom, the eastern part of Sierra Leone. We shall be looking at the Bongo's appeal to the government of Sierra Leone to lift a ban on public gathering. The issue of the teachers is another thing we shall be looking at. Teachers in Sierra Leone, some of them have complained to have been disgruntled and want government to do something about their status. Those that are approved without backlog, some have been approved without salaries hitting their account, so they are not happy. We also shall be looking at the cry of a parent who is looking for finances from education. This 9-year-old girl is currently admitted at the Bongo government hospital, the country's second capital, that is Sierra Leone to be precise. Welcome to Jambos TV. Please don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we bring you a new video. You can also drop your comments, give a suggestion how you want us to be running this channel. We go straight on number one on the list is the issue of or the road condition leading to Malegohun Chiefdom. Malegohun Chiefdom is one of the demophilious areas, but primarily they believe the people's livelihood here is agriculture. But the road condition, according to them, is so bad off, is so terrible, is so bad that the agricultural products in certain areas and that chiefdom is perishing. And we also know that government launched the free quality education in order to facilitate education, get people to school, and that is really working. And some of the packages or some of the advantages attached to this is that government do supply free quality school materials. So in areas like Malegohun Chiefdom, where you have more than 20 schools, that is primary and secondary, for sure they only have a secondary school, which is the government secondary school, Malagun. So the people haven't been able to access school materials, even where government have supplied them because of the terrible condition of the road. So there are certain areas, there are certain schools, they are still waiting to receive their educational materials. Also, the road condition, according to them, is affecting health because the people are cut off from the main hospital where they do come to access medication. So all of these things are so disturbing. But there are several approaches, there are several ways to this. What they want is for people or for government to pay attention to this road. Over the years, this road has been abandoned. That is for sure. Very sure. For quite a long time, this road has been abandoned according to the people. But the only way now is for government to do something about it. There is another chapter to this which we are not touching until thorough investigations are being done. But we all remember when the former Honorable Bernadette Lahai was in office or was in charge of that constituency, which is made up of part of Lower Bamba and also Malegohun Chiefdom. In 2014, successfully though, the former Honorable Bernadette Lahai invited former President Ernest Bai Koroma to the chiefdom. And after that, the bridge and the road condition were all seen by former President Ernest Bai Koroma, who really came out to say, so the road is going to be touched. He made that premise and later finances were dispersed because after that pronouncement, the road work started, which came to a halt just after and President Madabi was declared winner of the 2018 elections. Since then, the road has been abandoned. So the road keeps deteriorating and the people keep suffering. But the people themselves have something to say, and because they are the people really going through the terrible condition of this road, so they have something to say. And these are their messages.
We can get a lot of development where it can enter under. But because of this road network, we get authoritism, plenty can come, worker, but they don't get no hands where ABC when they try for help we about this particular road in business. A money we so much. The business self they do, we na agents them, we na cocoa farmers them where ABC we they buy cocoa They don't come meet up now. Motokabe no they able enter inside. Only we take bike them, we load them, kuku them pantap, we can't cross this particular place. So that na ena with problem na ya where it's so difficult.
The one that when I achieve them big one in this area, when they can people when man they can give them money, they give them the land, they pull up for week. At the end of the day, they go. Look how they suffer where we pick them. Look what parents they suffer now. Farmers they suffer. Business people they suffer. No good thing they reach in that place. Anything we can we might stop because of this bad road. Yes, I mean look they don't come up to 700 weeks. How they give here? The book must be very rich. No the man they can stop them. Come back with man. Now just on the SOS call me say we book them we must pass to fair where they can. How that they go? Now all that expenditure you give them. Follow payback by then Krango.
No.
Why Malagun? Why Malagun? Why?
No matter what happened, let the government of Sierra Leone and people that are concerned know that the people in Malagun have suffered too long and want the road issue to be fixed now. And there's no two-way approach to this, just one. Let the right thing be done so that people there can access education, can access the free quality materials. Their agricultural product will be transported to Kenema City, which has the biggest market in the Eastern Province. And a lot of other good things will happen. Accidents, they said, is on the increase because of this nature of the road. And a lot of other things are happening there. Other issue we say we will talk about is the issue of the teachers. After 2018 general elections, which was won by His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Madapio, 5,000 teachers were approved in Sierra Leone. But before then, approval was a serious disease without medication in Sierra Leone. That was when Anes Baikoma-led government was still in governance. That was before 2018. Teachers' approval was a serious problem. Because we saw where teachers in the country went on strike in several occasions demanding that government approve them. But by them, the government came out, and it's by Kroma's led government came out to say the country was suffering from some financial difficulties. So there was a ban on teachers' approval. So that didn't happen at all. So a lot of strike actions which really negatively affected education. Now, Madabio-led government came in 2018. Perhaps that was even one of the reasons why people overwhelmingly voted for Madabio's government, because one of his campaign messages was teachers' approval, or to rebrand the educational aspect of Sierra Leone. And so, when he came, one of the bold or step action which all Sierra Leoneans approved or applauded him for was the approval of teachers, and 5,000 were approved. Now, we bring to you details of the approval. Among the 5,000 teachers that were approved in Sierra Leone, some started receiving salaries. But there are some among these 5,000 teachers that are yet to receive the salaries, though they are PIN-coded. They have their PIN code, but they are not receiving salaries. Their accounts have not been hit. So, and these teachers are all over the place. So these are the teachers that are now saying, we have been given PIN code for the past years, but we are not receiving salary. So we want government, we want the finance ministry, we want the Ministry of Education to give us our money, because they refer to it to be their money, because they have been given PIN code and they have been diligently working. We saw that in Bongo City, where teachers came out to say they have served, they have taught for many years without salary. They came out. Some of them, you listen to their chapters.
Know how long our leaders keep on lying to us. We have been fighting, moving up and down. We have met all the stakeholders in this town. In Botan, we have talked to the ombudsman, we have talked to the resident minister, all the educational stakeholders. Yet they have been promising us, they just kept on promising us, and up to now we cannot receive salaries. We have come again the last month. They told us a voucher is here at the TSC, wherein they are supposed to pay us September, October months. Now salaries are available and we have not been paid. We are really disgruntled and we are disgusted. How can we teach? How can we deliver well to the people when we are not happy? This is just a cross section of teachers that are supposed to be paid, and yet we have not been paid. How long will they continue lying to us? The last time I met with the minister himself, I met with him, I talked to him. He promised us that we'll be paid. Yet people may want to relate into politics. We are not politicians. All we want our monies. We have worked for it, we have suffered for it, and so we want our monies. All right, we are responsible people. How long can we keep on waiting? How long? Please, let them pay us this.
I still want to beg the government. You can't fight the government. We'll only plead to them to pay us. We too want to be responsible parents in our homes. We want to teach with zeal. We want to teach because we love the profession. Please let them pay us. We are really begging them to pay us this month. We are really begging them. We are asking His Excellency to please listen to us and pay us. We are asking the First Lady to step in because she is saying they should empower women, and we are women. We want her to step in and talk for us so that they can pay us. We are still asking the Minister of Education to please step in for us, and we are begging TSC. Madam Marian Abu, you are a woman and you know what the woman means in a home. Please step in and pay us.
Teachers in Kailam, teachers in Pujem, teachers in Kenema, all over the place, like I said, they came out. Another disgruntled teachers among these 5,000 teachers are those that were approved. They've started receiving their salaries, but they said they have issue with backlog. The backlog is their expected money. The time they got their PIN code or they were given PIN code, they said monies only came for them for a month. So that is a problem. So we have these teachers also in Kenema. We have them here. We have them all over the place. So they have tried to reach their educational stakeholders. But according to them, nothing so far fruitful has happened. So they are crying onto the government to really help because these teachers are disgruntled. And we all know the government flagship is education. And that's why they launched the free quality education, which really has seen that many people that were in the street, perhaps whose future would have never spoken education, returned to school. It has been very good though, but the teachers are pivotal also in all of these. They are the nucleus in all of these. So what people are saying is that let the teachers be encouraged. Let the teachers be encouraged so that they give their best. Once they are emotionally fit, once they are fit, their strength will increase with time to time and they will deliver. Thus, the free quality education will be very superb as expected by the government. But where the teachers are unhappy, definitely they will pass on the wrong knowledge or a very weak one. Things will not be that really okay. So we are expecting this government to really act fast. But again, teachers also have to be reasonable because if for quite a long time you've taught and you were not approved and you've just been approved, negotiate. But the teachers also are saying they have negotiated for quite so long, but negotiation remains to be the best option in all of this. We're saying, government, listen to these teachers and make sure they are happy, then the country we really gain. This is Jambo's TV. Let's talk about the issue of some celebrities in Sierra Leone who are campaigning for government or who are begging government to lift ban on public gathering. Now, in March this year, when the coronavirus disease hit Sierra Leone, government came out. A responsible government, though, has always done that. We saw that in the APC area, APC-led government area, when Ebola hit the country. They came up to some regulations in order to curtail the spread of the disease. And successfully, the disease was defeated. We've also seen here a disease that is capable of wrecking world economy has also tracked down and also paralyzed Sierra Leone's economy. Things have come to a halt. Things are not really working very well. Nobody can blame anybody though, because this is a global pandemic. Now in Sierra Leone, the government also took some actions to ensure that the citizens stay safe. And one among them is putting hold on public gathering. In addition to others, for sure, we saw that the public health emergency regulations came up, and that is what the government is using. Nobody is frowning at this though, and it has worked very well. So we say kudos to the government of Sierra Leone. We say kudos to the Sierra Leoneans also who have adhered to the regulations, and things have really worked, or things are still working. But when also the government sat down and said, okay, and the disease has hit several areas. The disease has wrecked the economy. The disease has made people vulnerable. What do? The government of Sierra Leone empowered the Ministry of Tourism to dish out monies, to give food to what's affected people. We saw that in the case of the amputees, lockdown after lockdown, they were given something. We saw that also some business people were given monies. That happened in Boyd, happened in Bont, happened in McKinney, happened all over the place. So, if that is so and the worst hit people were given money, we are yet to see a record. We are yet to see a minister. We are yet to see a government. We are yet to see somebody with evidences saying that the entertainment industry was given something. And when ban is put on public gathering, then we want people to know that the worst hit will be entertainers, because these people can't make a cent, can't make money, can't put food on their table, can't put money in their pocket if they don't assemble people. Yet, the government put ban on public gathering in order to ensure everybody in Sierra Leone is safe. It's fine though, because we saw where musicians, we saw where entertainers, we saw where the industry, the entertaining industry went into studios, doing poetry to educate their people in their local dialect. We saw musicians hitting the booth to bring out songs. We saw people dramatizing. All of these put together have helped to curtail the spread of the disease in Sierra Leone. But when they were looking at the worst hit or the worst affected people, nobody successfully thought of musicians, thought of the entertainers, thought of any entertainer, the filmmakers, the art, to give them packages. It never happened. Yet they were promised, but the promise never came to light. So what are these people saying? And in as much as they had no access to make law as law-abiding citizens, the entertainers that we know for sure, they have not gone against the government regulation. Yet they were not given. They did not benefit from that package. The hotel owners were given. Some of them that were giving money, businesses were still running, though on a slow pace. But how about the entertainers whose businesses were entirely hot? They had no way. They have suffered. There is no other evidence to show how entertainers have become beggars in Sierra Leone, how entertainers have become thieves in Sierra Leone just to survive, how entertainers have to beg their colleagues, go after politicians, go after some other people to earn their living. Life, in a simple definition, is miserable for entertainers. So what are they saying? They are saying, Papa government, keep the money the Ministry of Tourism promised to give us. Use that money for other sectors, because we know the government still need money. So what they are saying is, let there be ban lifted on public gathering so that they have the chance again to go to assemble people to make their money. We've seen where they have made promises that they will do max up events. And some of the event, most 80 or 90%, or a larger proportion, when these entertainers want to entertain people, people are well seated. They can do crowd control. That is what they are saying, that they will max up. We saw the religious people came out. They wanted to go to churches. They wanted to go to mosques. We saw they came out with solutions and also measures how they will ensure that their audience or their congregations comply to the max up regulations. And they are doing that. So the entertainers are also asking government, let government lift ban on public gathering. And Steady Bongo is here as one of the campaigners.
But honestly, Mr. President, musicians, we are suffering. From February, no show, nothing. Now we only live out of magic. And not all musicians. Not even musicians not used to that kind of habit, for they go office to office, for they go beg for a living. You know, really, Mr. President, we ask you kindly, this not a festive season where they come. We ask you kindly on behalf of Sierra Leone musicians, the All Stars, the salon life ban, we ask you kindly for make you see reason so that we will find we living, because it's not easy at all. From February, they like it today, we only they live out of magic. Now like a goat they sweat, you no go know because they get here. This not to command at all. But we they beg you.
For sure, we say most activities are ongoing. Look around and see things that are ongoing. Schools are open. People are going to churches, the mosques, the marketplaces. People are gathering. We see events that attract crowd. We've seen that. It is happening all over the place. So the entertainers are begging, government, please rethink and also lift ban on public gathering. This is festive season. The life is miserable for entertainers. There is no two-way factor to this one. The only way entertainers can get money is to assemble people. So they want governments to lift the ban on public gathering, particularly when the festive season is here already. But you, the entertainers as well, if you are begging that the government should lift ban, you also should come up and make sure you are committed to the COVID-19 regulations to ensure we don't have the resurgence of the disease. But again, we saw in this country where the musicians also came on board and campaigned to the government to lift or shift the curfew. It happened, and some school of thought have come up to say the musicians did not ask. Really, they did not know what they wanted. So they campaigned for the curfew. The government listened. So we ask now, or people are not asking, why didn't you then go in for lifting ban on public gathering? However, that has happened, and another campaigners are here again. Have I told you about the sick child at Bongo Government Hospital? We know severally that this country is economically weak, particularly after the Ebola pandemic. The recovery stage did not fully reach its prime. We have sick people all over the place. But because of lack of money, because of poverty, sometimes people are sick, they don't come out. Sometimes people don't know. So the health sector, the musicians, the entertainment, people need really to come out and be speaking out to our people in their local dialect. And any way so far you can communicate, let the people know. But let's talk about a 9-year-old child, Kaliatu Mori, from Kraku and Malegohun Chiefdom in both districts. This child is being admitted at the Bongo Government Hospital at the pediatric unit. This child is suffering from 3 medical conditions. One is malnutrition, acute severe malnutrition, and also suffering from curved spine, which they call kyphosis. That is the curved spine or hunchback, and also suffering from TB of the bone. These conditions started even before coronavirus hit the country, and people are very poor. They find it very difficult to really provide medication for this child because they first came and they were referred to Freetown to access advanced medication, but they had no money. This child is 9-year-old, has abandoned school because of the pains she's experiencing. So the parents are really crying, are begging for well-wishers to come on board to help them. And I must commend the government hospital. They have tried so much. Here they have tried so much, particularly the Ethiopian doctor who specializes in pediatric medicine. This man, Dr. Morido Tamin, has tried so much, is giving his best. Again, let's hear from the mother.
I be tell for Sierra Leone, Freetown. I said that we will money not be there. I win a wide up, job baby for it to not get. I could not be there. But we those country mercy there. I made a help me for me. For me to grab it now. The cow be the worker no more.
Well, now that make we say now we collectively launch a campaign for raise fund for support whatever treatments we will make the pikin go get a cure, it will able for get complete healing and then get back to school. We concern as girl pikin, a need for be educated, a need for be healthy, for able for go school and then get a very sound and healthy quality education. So we need for raise support around an issue so that it will get that that relevant support we need for them in getting cure.
But let us also don't forget to say that we have some NGOs in both districts, and this we must commend the NGOs here. Both districts is one of the places where we have seen that organizations come together to help or to support disadvantaged people, to really come out to campaign or do advocacies to ensure humanitarians are here. So, and that is really working. In many places I have gone, I think I must give kudos to both district for that. So we have this organization called Foster Parents Sierra Leone. Foster Parents Sierra Leone is one champion in all of these. And we have Mupanda. For sure, it was Mupanda who went to the village to do their normal routine when they saw this child. And later, foster parents were informed or notified about it, and they brought the child, who is now admitted at the hospital. But when you listen to the story of this child at first, the parents are with this notion, are with this opinion, are with this certainty that the child was pushed by a friend when she went to school. That's where everything emanated. That is their story. So from there, the parent, the child did not report. The child did not report, and this pain has accumulated over the month and has graduated to this level. But medically, though, these are conditions that are not limited to what the parents are saying. Yet the child is in pain. But I am bringing this for let people know that sometimes traditionally people do believe and give into tradition and forget to seek medication at the hospitals. And this is bad for our culture, and this is bad for our health, and this is really bad. Let's encourage everybody to be making use of the hospital no matter what. Now we see this child at first we are giving some traditional herbs, traditional medication. So the problem really accumulated, worse, and here we are. We are not blaming anybody. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, let people come on board to really help this 9-year-old child, as the wish of the parent is to ensure their child regain her health and return to school. Nobody knows what will this child become. Let us don't sit and watch the demise of this child. The contact will be displayed. You can reach them through this and ensure whatever you have, nothing is too small to help. The child is admitted at the pediatric hospital in Bow City. Once more, I want to thank you all. You have been with us throughout this journey. We'll bring you more videos. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified whenever we have new videos for you. Thank you. This is Jambo's TV.